The work that we do is really supporting the farmer. And we want the farmer to make the best decision they can for the production that they're in, so that they can successfully do it year after year after year. And so giving them the tools and the information to do that is what is really important about this work.
I'm the director of the Plant Health Unit here at the Plant and Animal Health Branch in the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Fisheries. I would say we're one of the best kept secrets in the BC government, in the Ministry of Agriculture. We do really important work in keeping the crop industry going.
We basically monitor and diagnose diseases in animals in British Columbia. These animals are domestic, such as your cows, your goats, your chickens. They're companion animals, so dogs, cats, reptiles, as well as wildlife, and are submitted by veterinarians, wildlife rescues, different ministry organizations. So every day in the virology laboratory, we get in animals across the province, from in the air, on land, or in the ocean.
So here we're in the diagnostic laboratory, and farmers and crop consultants submit plant samples to us. When crops aren't growing optimally, they send samples here to us for disease diagnosis. So we look at anything from bacteria, viruses, and fungi that might infect a plant. Plants have good health or poor health, just like animals and human beings. And so us here, we are the plant doctors.
We help diagnosing the problems in the fields, help the farmers, and once they know their problems, they can manage their fields better. Managing fields better means better production, better quality for food. So it's a very important industry, and plant lab, I say, is a very important because at the end, better food and better quality and more food for consumers.
It's actually quite seasonal. So in the summer, there's quite heavy on the field and the lab work. There's a lot of time spent outside. We collect insects and we look for plant damage of a particular species. It's really interesting because it changes a lot over the season or over the different years. We focus a lot on the new invasive species that come into the province and what growers can do managing it and how far they're impacting their crops at the moment.
And so we will set up, before the season starts ramping up for the producer, the farmer, we will set up traps in the field, and we will check those throughout the season. And that's what takes us out to the field. If there's a new problem, we will go and check it out. And oftentimes, farmers, if they have a problem they aren't sure what to deal with, they'll send a sample into the lab.
We never know what's coming in, when, and what the situation will be. I mean, it's not the type of job where it's a continual monotonous. It's very dynamic, it's ever changing. You could be working on a surveillance project, and then you might have to shift to responding to an outbreak of a disease. You know, farmers might have a new and upcoming disease problem that you then have to adapt to what you're doing in the lab to address it.
So I went to school for molecular biology and biochemistry. I got my master's of science, and I wanted to do something in science. Coming out of high school, I knew I liked science, I was good at it, and I didn't know what to do. And as long as you're always moving in the right direction, you'll find your way eventually.
I wasn't really interested in bugs until university. I took an integrated pest management course in my agriculture program, and I found I really enjoyed working with bugs and sort of the problems they bring up in agricultural production.
I had a deep interest, and a passion for biological science, especially the molecular biology right after my high school. And I ended up learning, I did my bachelor's and master's in biotechnology. But I also have a passion for agriculture, because this forms a basis for global food security. And if we want to manage those diseases, we need to really have an accurate diagnostic tool initially. So that is where I opted for implementing, my skills and experiences in molecular biology into this field of plant pathology.
We like to hire people with diverse backgrounds in education, and it's the strength of the candidates who apply to us and go through the interview process. But I think having people from different countries, different educational experiences has been really beneficial in the facility.
I would say there are lots of careers to be explored in agriculture. If you like insects, you can become an entomologist. If you like looking at fungi, you can become a mycologist. If you like looking at plant health on a whole, you can become a plant pathologist. And I would say look into your past for clues about what you can be in the future and what would make you happy and fulfilled in the future.
I think that if someone was interested in staying in agriculture but not necessarily being a producer, that they should really consider all of the jobs that are within agriculture that aren't necessarily being a farmer.
I've been doing it for nearly 20 years, and I am still excited to do the job. I think it's every day is different. I know I'm going to have a different challenge when I come into work, and sometimes that's scary, sometimes that's exciting, but I really enjoy working in a dynamic environment where I get to use my brain, I get to problem solve, I get to take on a new challenge that I didn't think I was going to be. So it's just the difference in the job from other jobs I've been in.